I want to try to get some basics understood here. Mr. Nelson, you testified that there were 582,000 demands on your company, T-Mobile, by government for information similar to this situation?
Over 582,000 in 2024, correct.
Is the same thing true for AT&T?
Hundreds of thousands, yes.
Mr. Miller?
Hundreds of thousands.
And under this situation, as I understand it, Mr. Romano says toll records show that a phone number called another phone number, when the call was placed, how long it lasted. They do not include content. They do not capture conversations, voicemails, or text messages. Is that statement accurate as far as you know, Mr. McAtee?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Mr. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Could I ask you this? Who disclosed the names of the parties, the 9 individuals who were associated with those telephone numbers? Did your company do any of that, Mr. Miller?
Senator, the subpoenas when they came in did not include the names associated with those telephone numbers. We have since disclosed those names to the committee.
You disclose them to whom?
To this committee, Senator.
Mr. Nelson?
The 9 names that were in the original letter to us, none of those were T-Mobile customers.
Mr. McAtee?
Same answer with respect to AT&T, Senator.
I hope you understand from our perspective as politicians and elected officials that merely associating a name with an investigation raises a political concern. I share it with my colleagues. I value my privacy, maybe more than most, because I have so little privacy in public life. And I want to make sure that they're not overrun the few guardrails that still remain. So in this circumstance, I understand there was a meeting with representatives of Congress, maybe the Senate, to change this procedure in the future. Mr. Miller, were you party to that negotiation?
I am aware of those negotiations, Senator, when we do have a new process for something like this in the future.
What's changed?
In the future, Senator, if we receive a subpoena for a member of Congress, we will do several things. We will escalate it internally. We will address that subpoena with the issuing law enforcement agency. And if there is an attached non-disclosure order, we will challenge that order in court.
What is the nature of this change? Is it a change in the law, a change by way of agreement? How is it enforceable?
It's a change by way of agreement with the Senate Sergeant at Arms.
But what you were doing in this case involving Attorney Smith was complying with an existing law at that time, correct?
Yes, Senator, that's correct.
Mr. Nelson, were you party to that new arrangement?
We have adjusted our processes. Congress had changed the law. That's been repealed and gone back, but I think on a voluntary basis, we're continuing to work with the Senate Sergeant at Arms to make similar changes to what you heard from my colleague from Verizon.
Mr. McAtee?
Yes, we have conversations, of course, with the Senate Sergeant at Arms regularly. We have that relationship. I'm not aware of the discussions that my competitors have had, but we will also always strive to improve our process.
Mr. Romano, do you have any thoughts on the speech and debate clause that was referred to earlier?
Well, I'm not, specifically familiar with the case that Senator Blackburn raised. The idea that there's a protection in place for congressional documents seems to me different than the idea of toll records being protected from by the speech and debate clause. There may or may not be a specific case on point. I don't know.
Mr. Schwager, what was your role on January 6th?
On January 6th, I was the general counsel to the Secretary of the Senate.
Were you engaged in any work that day relative to the demonstration at the Capitol?
Ranking Member Durbin, I'm a little hesitant to speak on behalf of my former employer, as I haven't been authorized by the Senate or the Secretary of the Senate to do that. I can tell you that I was here with you all, and I was doing my work on that day with you all in the Senate chamber and in the House chamber and in the buildings.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.